this map plays out on with major battles, because it's got these narrow passageways, it's got this high ground everywhere, so it's definitely going to be an interesting map, and we don't really know the balance of it because it hasn't been played too much. So now we've got some speed zealots coming around, and Julyzerg's getting his units into that strategic position right there on the high ground, and he's probably going to stay there a little bit. And at this point we've got 3 Archons for Bisu, and I don't know why he's getting so much. And these Hydras moving out now, picks up the Corsair, and at this point Julyzerg, I think he's got a lot of Hydras, and so he definitely can do some damage here. Bisu is being smart though. He's staying on the high position, and he's probably going to get some High Templar, but he's really going to have to be very careful here. He doesn't have any storms right now, and he really needs storms to deal with this many Hydras. He's got a lot of zealots though, but I don't know how effective this will be. And this is a major battle right here. Julyzerg pulling back his Hydras, and these Archons taking a lot of damage, but these zealots doing all the damage. And I think that, yeah, Julyzerg is going to lose the rest of his army right here. Does manage to take out those 3 Archons though, and Julyzerg does have some reinforcements. At this point, Bisu should be pulling back. He knows that the Zerg can get reinforcements very quickly, so he should not be chasing these Hydras like this. He needs to pull back right away, or else he's going to get slaughtered by these Hydras. He needs to regroup, and he's already got that 3rd base, so it's 3 base on 3 base. At this point, Bisu just has to get those High Templar out, get some good storms off, maintain map control, maintain the base advantage that he has, because 3 base versus 3 base is always better for Protoss, and then he can set himself good for the late game. Nice storm going off for Bisu, and we're engaging right here. Hydras are pulling back off the high ground, and they are going to engage again. Only 2 storms left, and another nice storm there, dodged okay by Julyzerg, and now he's pulling back again. Really back and forth right now, and Julyzerg is taking another base. Lots of speed zealots right here, and I'm not sure how Julyzerg is going to deal with this. He's going to have to micro these very well, and Lurkers now coming up for Julyzerg. At this point, Bisu is retreating. He's getting that Dragoon range, which is absolutely crucial versus Lurkers. But he saw those Lurker eggs, and I still don't see a robotics facility, so he really needs that. At this point, Julyzerg's actually going to start taking a commanding lead if Bisu doesn't do any damage, because those Lurkers are coming very soon. 2 Lurkers have just finished morphing, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage if there's no observers. What I really like about this Korean style build with this 3-hatched lair is that since you get both the Spire and the Den, you can use Scourge later to pick off observers with your Speedy Overlords. And now we see Bisu pushing down. He knows he's got to do some damage right now, and he's avoiding those Lurkers because he can't see them. Robotics facility only just coming up right now. And Julyzerg looking to engage right here. Nice storm dodge, but another nice storm by Bisu. Equally nice storms. Negate those nice storm dodges, and these Lurkers are really too far back to do any damage. Lots of Dragoons, but they can't see those 2 Lurkers, so Julyzerg is really going to be able to maintain a lot of map control right here, just because of the fact that those Lurkers are invisible underground. Right now, Julyzerg is actually engaging up the hill, but it doesn't look like Bisu has any more storms, so really Julyzerg can do quite a lot of damage here. Bisu throwing out a really weird storm, storming his own zealots, and really he's just damaging his own units. He needs that robotics facility up as soon as possible, and he can't afford to waste any more units, because after this Julyzerg is just going to be able to mass expand, and you can see his 4th expansion is now up. And Julyzerg is taking commanding lead here. Without those observers, these Zergers are going to be able to push and push and push all the way back to Bisu's natural, and you can see Bisu is now engaging with these Hydras, engaging the Hydras, but these Dragoons are just going to melt before him with this many Hydras and no storms. He really needs those storms, and Bisu is actually going to have trouble defending here. He's got his Dragoons stuck in that small choke, and right now Julyzerg is focusing on taking out those cannons, and he's going to be able to take out the detection here. With masses of reinforcements coming in, I don't see how Julyzerg is going to be able to lose this. He's just got to dodge those storms, and Bisu really has to get some observers out right now. He's going to lose his forge and his gateway, and you can see at this point Julyzerg is already way ahead in upgrades, and that's really helping him a lot. Dragoon's picking off these Lurkers here, but he's going to lose his forge, giving him the upgrades. So Bisu is just getting further and further behind with this really nice play by Julyzerg. And you can see this Overlord is actually coming over too, so these Hydras can snipe those observers. Doesn't matter anyways, because at this point Julyzerg is just going to be able to take a huge lead. He's got those Hydras, he's got mass Hydras, and without storms, Bisu is not going to be able to deal with this at all. You can see he's got those Templar, but they don't really have enough energy to storm. Two nice storms there, take out a lot of Hydras actually, just waiting for that time to storm. But it's not going to help too much because there's just masses and masses of Hydras coming up, and I can really foresee a hive finishing right now for Julyzerg. Julyzerg bringing in a few more lurkers, and you know, this small army of Bisu is really not going to be able to do any damage. Cannon does go down, and I see this expansion is going to go down very soon. Robotics facility actually getting targeted right now, and if that goes down, it's going to be pretty much GG because there's going to be absolutely no detection at all. Bisu just really can't even get out of his main. Every time he steps out, he's just going to get killed by these Hydras. And these Hydras, there's just too many of them for Bisu to deal with. Actually, we see a Lurker Egg block. Really nice move there. He's going to be able to stop those reinforcements of Bisu from coming down the ramp. And while that's happening, Julyzerg's going to be able to take out that expansion, which is absolutely crucial for Bisu. After that expansion dies, it's going to be 2 base versus 4 base, with an army disadvantage for Bisu. So at this point, Bisu is in a huge deficit, and I can't imagine him getting back from this. Julyzerg, sending his Hydras over to the top left expansion, realizes he needs to kill these units over here first, and he does do a nice flank here. Those Hydras morphing into lurkers, and the rest of these Hydras are going to be able to take out the rest, and GG should be pretty soon. Bisu really did not do enough damage, and once these production facilities go down, Bisu, there's just no point of return from here. With your main getting invaded like this, you really can't have much hope. Probes being pulled, trying to kill some Hydras, and it is working to some degree, but it's not going to help at all because there's just way too many. Reinforcements are on their way, and Julyzerg at this point is just going to stream and stream continuous amounts of all these Zerg units, and really Bisu can't even do much to do anything against it. So if Julyzerg wins this, he is going to be 3-1 against Bisu, and that is that's very impressive. And GG, Bisu does concede, and that was a very exciting game. We can see Julyzerg, the golden mouse, the second person to have a golden mouse, the only second person to have a golden mouse. And really, he just is amazing. Ever since his transfer to STX, he's just been playing huge. I mean, he had that slump, but now he's playing excellently, and I really can see him getting further and further if he keeps playing this well. Good game.